to this. I said, y'all, what the heck? Welcome to the SoFLo Sports Show. It's your host, 305 Sports Babe, co-host Lou from Dade. We are live tonight on Thursday. Man, the loss of week one still stings. And I tried every which way for us not to talk about it tonight, but Lou was like, we have to just hash it out with our guests tonight. It's good.
Gotta get it out one more time. Get it out one more time.
Bro, just let it go. So, guys, we are going to rehash week one, and after that, it never happened.
It never happened. Move on.
We're going to get through it. But before we talk anything football, just two things I want to hit on really quick. Obviously, today is the 24th anniversary of 9/11. A day that has affected America forever. So it's something that, never goes away. We think about it. We pray for those who lost their lives. We admire the heroes who stepped up that day. And it's just a day that will never be forgotten.
Yep. And I know for those of you who don't know, I know you shared today on social media that your dad was a police officer in New York at the time.
Jersey.
And so he obviously was involved in that. And just a very somber day of remembrance. And again, thoughts are with all those who lost their lives that day and their loved ones.
Yes. The other thing we want to speak about, let me give you guys an update on Ian. Let me bring it back here. So first of all, we're in our Big E bracelets. They are being shipped out daily. Lou has a great relationship with the USPS.
Yes.
Post office because he goes there all the time delivering your bracelets. So shout out to Lou for doing that.
And I'm licking stamps too. Come on.
Okay, well, and so Ian is on his second week of chemo and radiation. So he's about halfway through. There's another 2 weeks left to go. And then after that, he will be on the active list for a new liver. And so, yes, he gets over cancer, but then we still have another hurdle of him finding a liver. And then I'm bringing this up. Lou wants me to show. Okay, keep going.
We'll show so we did do our DCC fundraiser, the opening week squares, the NFL squares. And so, do you have the picture up?
Yep. Okay. Let me go there.
So we have the squares that we did, and here are the results. We had technically 7 winners because Brent Bojack won twice. You get that up still?
Yeah, still up. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Brent won twice, and he won twice for the Dallas Eagles game, and then he won for the second game. He won the final quarter, and so we want to give a special recognition to all the winners. But I want to definitely highlight Brent Bojack, and I want to mention his story. He actually, as you see there, he won 3 boxes.
Which is unheard of.
Unheard of. 2 boxes is unheard of. He won 3. 2 in the first game, as I mentioned, and 1 in the last game. After the first game, he said, I want to donate my fourth quarter winnings on behalf of my mom, his mom, who recently passed. His late
2
mom,
weeks ago, yeah.
Yep, Lois Bojack. So she loved donating to charity. So that's why I wanted to do it. I try to talk him out of it. I say, hey, listen, donate the 160, not the full 200. But he said, no, I wanted to do that. And then he also, so I did kind of talk him out of it. He was going to do the 160. But then he said, you know what? Let's see what happens the next game. And sure enough, he wins that final quarter. So he won both fourth quarters, which were $200 each. And he, in honor of his late mom, who loved donating to charities, wanted to do it on her behalf and donated it. So, Brent, thank you so much. We're thinking about your mom, thinking about you, and very, very nice gesture of him to do that.
All right, so here's my DCC page. Lou wanted to speak upon this.
Yep. So you could show the donation. So basically, the way it worked, that the squares was supposed to raise the donations. Yeah. The squares were allotted to raise $640. But due to the extra donations, that number actually went up to 720, as you see there. And then, as we mentioned, Brent donated his fourth quarter winnings in the second game, $200 to DCC as well, in honor of his mom, Lois Bojack. So again, Brent, thank you. Brent is a big supporter of the show.
He's our friend.
Always on here interacting. So Brent, thank you again. A tremendous combination for him to do that.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into it, man. First, should we talk? Okay, I was gonna say, should we talk about the game, or should we bring on our friends?
We're gonna bring on our guests.
I was gonna say, do they want to mourn with us, or should we talk about it? But no, we're gonna bring them on. You guys are gonna be in this torture with us. We have.
I wanna. Yeah. So. Go ahead.
Adrian, and then Sammy, and Bobby. But Lou's going to do a better introduction. I just wanted to bring you guys in. All right, guys. Well, you want to do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, we are super excited to have you guys on tonight. You all have your own show, and you do a fantastic job. And I know that you've spoken about week one all week, so we apologize in advance for, opening up a wound again, but we wanted to talk to you guys about it. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Not to be with the first couple of Fins Nation. You're the first couple. We're glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy, of course, for Fins TV. We got Bobby from Finstock Sports Network, and we got Adrian from the Rainy Day Pod. So thank you guys. You guys do a tremendous job on your platforms, always engaging with the fans. We love watching your shows and interacting with all the great content that you have coming out. So we thank you guys for making time to join us here today.
I gotta tell you guys something funny. So Lou's really into all your shows, no BS, all
Who
of
are you?
I mean, no, I support, right?
All the time. Yes.
Right? No, I support you guys, and I love you guys tremendously, and I support you. But Lou, we could be anywhere. We could be shopping in Walmart. We could be going for a walk. We could be at the pool. I hear your voices 24/7. So you have your biggest fan right here, guys. He supports you.
I'm at the beach sometimes, or getting some suntan. And
I'm like, are you talking to Bobby? He's like, no, I'm just listening to Bobby. So okay.
And Sammy and Adrian.
I know. I just looked up because my grandma actually mentioned Bobby. I guess she's not friends with you on Facebook. That's a whole nother
She
story.
is. That's right. That's pretty cool.
She's also in the chat as well. All right, so let's just get into it. I'm trying to avoid the situation.
Yeah.
So Dolphins got their butts whipped week one against the Colts. Was this an easy win? I hate using that word because you said that our engagement game, easy win against Tennessee. So I don't believe in easy wins anymore. But this is one where it's it should have been a check W, we're pretty solid week one wins. And this completely just changed everything.
Yeah, and I wanted, before I get your opinions on it, I want to just, we have to put it to bed. So I want to go over the stats. Obviously, you guys know the final 33-8. Tua was not good at all. 143 yards, I think it was. Atrain only 55 yards rushing. The team total 78 yards rushing. This vaunted front seven that was going to cause terror on quarterbacks combined for 1 sack. What was your impression of this game? Adrian, we'll start with you. What did you think of this game?
Oh, man. You should have went somewhere else. So I just want to start. I want to start by saying I love the Miami Dolphins. All right. I've loved them for 30 years, as long as I can remember. It was one of the first teams I watched. I love the Miami Dolphins. I just want to make that clear. All right. But what we saw week one, it just can't happen. Not the first week. And I'm talking about not just the game, but everything that happened after the game and everything, man, players freelancing, the defense during the game, the defense can't stop a leak. The offense, 2 turnovers, offensive line not really blocking. Patrick Paul was probably one of the best players on our team that week, and Atrain. That's pretty much it. That's all you got to say about the offense. But we've seen this story before, man. And then a players only meeting week one. What are we doing, man? Y'all know we've seen this movie already, man. We know it's about to happen. This team, players only meeting in week one. All the things that has happened these last few days is stuff that usually happens on a team that's already out of the playoffs, that their season's over. Man, to me, the season's over. I'm sorry. I was trying to be optimistic. I said a couple months ago, 0-17, so every win could feel good. And then a week ago, I'm like, all right, 9-8. I'm out, man. 0-17 again. Let's go. Don't fire McDaniel till we lock up the number 1 pick. Don't fire Greer till we lock up the number 1 pick. Let's go. It's going to be a great season, guys.
Gee,
so Mike Rivera, our buddy from the West Coast, and Miami could not even stop a cold. Chase it to a crap on the field. Robert said, I thought they played like they did when I seen them in practice, 5-12.
Incredible. So, Bobby, Adrian tells you, he says, hey, he thought maybe 9 wins. Now he's saying that the season's over after week 1. Bobby, your take?
So I had 9-8 as well. I had that throughout the entire offseason, what I saw in the preseason. You see the holes, you see everything. I never change. And obviously, I'm going to change now. I think I'm going to go 8-9, so I'm going to eliminate a win, obviously, because we just lost one. Ashley asked, if this should this have been an easy win? I don't think it should have. I don't know if I would have said it should have been an easy win, but it should have been a win. This should have been a win, especially when, I'm not going to knock Daniel Jones or nothing. I talked about it before the game on pregame. I was like, he's a Temu version of Josh Allen. He could run, obviously he was in New York, you couldn't sleep on him. And obviously he took advantage of it. Adrian hit the nail on the head. This team played the way they played. If the team would have lost by 3 points, a touch, whatever, it would, then it would have been like, okay, where did we screw up? How can we adjust for next week? That's not the problem here. I understand it's only week 1. It's the way Miami lost. It's just unprepared, undisciplined. It was just, it seemed like an end of the season, like when your season is over and you just like, it's over, we just give up. That's what it felt like. And I mean, from the opening snap, the opening whistle, Tua playing to it. I saw in there crappy Aloha, maybe Tua type of crappy Aloha. I don't know how to say. I said turn the ball over Aloha, something like that. I said on post game show. It was just ridiculous. 2 interceptions, a fumble, overthrowing, underthrowing, get people killed. McDaniel with his hand over his head. It was just like this game screamed. It was the first game of the season. It felt like the last game of the season. And that's what's the bitter taste in everybody's mouth right now. Like we could deal with a loss. If it was if we were 0-1 right now and it was by a field goal or a touchdown, it was just like, hey man, you know what? Man, this guy missed this tackle here, or damn man, Tua threw that one pick at the end. That's what cost the game, whatever. Then you go, okay, next week we got the Patriots, man. We're good. It's the way they lost. This team is I can't see this team. I say 8-9. I think 8 wins is going to be a very big struggle moving forward. I say 8-9 because I said 9-8, but I can't see 8 wins with this football team. Not the way what they're doing right now.
So, Sammy, we heard 0 wins, 8 wins. Where are you at?
Well, I was before Sunday. I was between 9-8, 8-9, 7-10. I kept flip-flopping because, I think I said one every single way. So I was expected to be at least right in one of my shows because I was with Bobby once and with George once. And, basically I had all around. But right now, I wouldn't know how to tell you. But I don't see a win this week. I don't see a win next week. So I don't want to go down the schedule anymore because I don't want to scare myself. I don't want to age myself either because I've said a couple of times, I've seen a lot of Dolphins football. I've seen a lot of seasons. I remember the heartbreak against the Bills of Dan Marino, the heartbreak against the Chargers when Dan Marino was here. I remember Marino the day Dan Marino tore his Achilles. I remember us getting whipped in Jacksonville to Dan Marino last game. But I've been heartbroken, disappointed, depressed. But I've never been as mad.
Do that again, Sammy. You
never been this mad as I was on Sunday. Never. It's a completely different feeling because I'm tired. I'm honestly tired. It's like being in an abusive relationship. And now I see it because, you love him. I love the Dolphins, but it's an abusive relationship because they're going to change. He's going to change. They're going to take me back. I love him. And boom, Tyreek, I'm not taking it upon you. Don't take it personal. But,
damn.
It is that way. It's an abusive relationship. You give and give and give, and you expect a different. I always say on Fizz TV, the definition of craziness is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. As a fan, that's what I'm doing too. I'm crazy because I expected a different outcome from a team that basically does the same thing every single year. And this year, during the offseason, they did even less because they did even less than every other season. This season was worse. So my expectation of maybe I thought, well, maybe if this team stays healthy, another crazy thing to think because this team Dolphins stay healthy is just crazy. If the Dolphins stay healthy, that starting lineup might win 10 games. I don't think it could happen, but now the offensive line gone, the defensive backs that were we spot gone. What's that? The tight ends, because the tight end room might be the worst in the NFL. So kind of actually it got worse because now Waller says that they might not even play ever. Like I said, it's going to be part of the Miami Dolphins retirement fund with OBJ and Will Fuller because that's all they do. So it's kind of annoying, but it's on me as a fan, and I love the Dolphins. If you want to do a file on me on the Dolphins headquarters, file the CHICO, because I'm not saying anything that is not true, but it's really disappointing. I'm mad. I'm past heartbroken. I'm just frustrated, but it's on me because expecting a different result for a team that basically does a thing every single year, I had to take some responsibility. I love the Dolphins. I'm gonna be there for fan weekend because I'm a masochist apparently, but I'm gonna be there. I can't wait to see you all so we can grieve all together basically.
Yeah, and maybe even Darren Waller will be playing by then. I doubt it, but maybe. If not, somebody get Gronk somewhere. Can we call Gronk? Because Gronkowski has some eligible years left. Because I can't believe that.
Let's give him a $3 million contract. Put it into training camp and see him going injured himself for the rest of the year because that's basically what will happen too.
Yeah.
So we were in an interesting position last week. Usually we're at the game home or maybe a flip coin. We're at the away game. We were actually in Flagler Beach, which is below Jacksonville, kind of by Orlando, hosting a watch party at one of our friends' bars. It's a Dolphins bar in North Florida. So Tortugas with Scott Fox. And so we had DCC baskets and, just a good vibe. My grandma was there. Our friends were there, Alfredo and Cato. It was just a good vibe and meeting some Dolphin fans who maybe don't get to come down to Miami a lot. So everything started great. And then I don't know about you guys.
Well, it never started great.
It started great. Like the pregame, we had the basket set up. We were happy, right? We were just all together and everything, right? But man, that first drive by Tua, I don't know about you guys, but it was just dude, come on. So that leads me to my question, guys.
Well, I just want to recap. I want to put this game to bed, and I want to emphasize how dominating a loss this was. We were down I know what 33-8 was the final, but it was 30-0, and then we got a garbage touchdown at the end that didn't really mean much. The Colts with 27 first downs, the Dolphins only with 12. 418 total yards offense for the Colts, only 211 for the Dolphins. 38 minutes to 21 minutes of time of possession, and of course the 3 turnovers to none. I mean, this was just a thorough ass whooping. We were never in the game, and for a team that talked all summer about culture change, how things are going to be different, to go out there and lay a freaking egg like that week 1 against a team that didn't make the playoffs last year.
Backup quarterback.
A team that we played last year with Snoop Huntley and Tim Boyle and lost by 6 points and then lose by 25. It was just an embarrassment. So go ahead.
Okay, so back to Tua. And I talk about this subject with a grain of salt. I tread lightly, right? Because for the past few years, I haven't been known as the nicest person with him. But guys, what are your thoughts on Tua with this bad start to this season? I'm not saying, Ash, you're right, whatever, but I want to know, heart in your head, everything. What are your thoughts right now about Tua? And I want to start with Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky you, Bobby. Lucky you.
I was like, go back to Adrian. Go back to Adrian.
So whatever you say, but I really want to know what you guys think about him right now.
Look, for someone man, you could have just go right back to what Lou just said. For all the talk this whole off season, these guys are talking about culture change, and even go right immediately after the game what Tua was saying. When they, just the attitude and the kind of the dismissiveness and no accountability. It's it just rubs the whole wrong way. Look, this is how I feel about Tua. We know how good he can be when everything's working. We've seen it. We know he could be good enough. We know sometimes he's had an elite game, But let's just be real. This is, and whether you love him, whether you hate him, we know the good. We also seen the bad. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not that guy. We have to stop pretending, putting Tua on this pedestal, because when he does crap out like this, people are going to blow up all over the place. I want to say, to me, I'm going to say it like this, because he is who I thought he was. That's what I'm going to say. A lot of people are like, oh, he's the next Russell Wilson. He's the next this guy. He's the next Marino, whatever you want to say, because he's in a Dolphin uniform. He's Hasselbeck. That's the guy. That's what he's going to be for the rest of his career. Matt Hasselbeck wasn't a bad quarterback. He did great for Seattle. There were times he had good game, but after a while, it's like, okay, he's going to be here for 4 years and you bounce. I think we're at the point now, Dolphin fans, with Tua, and probably going to touch on McDaniel, but Tua right now, it's like we're waiting to see the end. We're ready for the end. It's like you start when you start week one that way. And again, think about last year, 6 points, you lose to Indianapolis that way with Tyler Huntley. You go, okay, hey, we got Tua back. We got Tyreek. Everybody should be. This should be this should be a win, And if it's not a win, it's gonna be a close loss. It wasn't. And then and people go, oh, but it's a whole team thing. It absolutely is an entire team thing. There's 53 guys. All those guys play. It's on the coach. It's on everybody. But let's not pretend Tua didn't play like ass. He played terrible in week one, and then not to come out and say, let's slow down on that. Let's slow down on that. Take it easy. There's a couple names, but I ain't ready to say that. But not suck for Arch, I think we should learn our lesson on tank for Tua. But I think he is exactly who we thought he was. He's not terrible. He's not great. He's just a quarterback. He's a if you need a starter for a couple of years, that's your guy. You need a franchise guy. You need a guy to take you to a Super Bowl. It's not him. You need a whole lot more. He's not that guy. That's where I'm at it right now.
Like a placeholder. I kind of get the word placeholder.
100%.
Yep. And you mentioned tanking for Tua. The reality is we should have been blowing it for Burrow, because that's the guy who's been to a Super Bowl and when healthy has done nothing but win playoff games, which Tua has not even sniffed. So Adrian, your
thanks,
thought.
Flores. Thanks, Flores.
Oof. All right.
Yeah, what do you think, Adrian?
Once again, I love my team. All right.
I know.
But done with this guy, man. This is Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill all over again, man. Wait 6 years, too late to get him out of here. And we're stuck with him for at least another year.
Yeah.
Unless they just completely destroy the cap. So, like Bobby said, I agree with a lot with what Bobby said. He said he's not great and he's not, he ain't trash, but he got them moments where, like on Sunday, where he's just ass. So, I don't think we'll ever win a Super Bowl with him unless everything's perfect around him. It's the same thing people have been saying for years about Tua. So, look, Xavier Howard pretty much figured him out by himself. I mean, him being on that podcast or in that press conference, whatever he did, the media, and pretty much explained how they shut it down. And, it's not just Tua, obviously. But he is the franchise guy, and we coddled him and brought in a whole coach and made him his own offense. And he still hasn't done anything. Still hasn't won a playoff game. Still can't stay healthy. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty much ready to go on that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move forward to the draft. I told you, 0-17, baby. Let's go get that first pick.
Now, Sammy, you've been a Tua supporter. You've gone to bat for this guy past few years, up and down the roller coasters. Are you still on that roller coaster, or are you jumping off?
I'm not jumping off.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay.
But let's take it for what it is. Because one thing is thinking with my mind and my brain, and another is thinking with my heart.
Yeah.
And my heart supports Tua as a Dolphins player, as a part of the Dolphins community, As someone who I supported, as someone who I believed in. If the Dolphins, I'm not making excuses for Tua, but if this team was the 90s Cowboys, Tua might be good enough, but this team is not. This team has not a good offensive line to protect him, and he's fragile, so that's not a good combination. This is not an offensive line that will give him enough time to throw the ball, which he needs, because as Xavier Howard said, if he goes to the first read, there's problems, so that's a bad combination. He looked weak, if you ask me. So I don't know, maybe it's on my mind, but he looked weak on Sunday. He didn't. So his arm looked weak. His passes looked weak. He looked like he regressed. It's only week 1, but something might be in his head, because that last preseason game, he played like ass too, and he had a lot of pressure. He didn't play his best, and fans saying, "Oh no, he's not showing you anything, and McDaniel's not showing you anything because it's just the preseason." But you can see some things that didn't make sense. That it didn't feel right. So it's hard when you again love someone to that you love and support to kind of be real, but it's hard because I don't think the end is near. Because there's no other way that the end cannot be near, because there's not enough time in the world for him to get everything that's wrong with the rest of the team right for him again. There's no way we can rebuild the offensive line for him and get it probably bigger wide receivers that can compensate, that he can throw out of bounds and, take the ball. He's taking, like Adrian is pointing out, he's taking a huge chunk of the cap. So that's problematic too. So the end is near, and it's undeniable, because I don't see a way that the Dolphins can right all the wrongs to basically put Tua in the situation that he can success. Will have success. So either by his own fault, which I'm kind of disappointed by the way he handled the press conference on Monday, because some of that's on you, my brother. Some of that's on you. You have to own it. If I'm in the locker room and Tua says, "Well, I hope some of those guys are here on Tuesday. I hope he's there on Tuesday too," because it starts on him. Dan Marino would never have said that. Dan Marino might have to grab him by the shirt. If you don't block him, I'll block him, like he said once. But he's not going to go into the press conference and there are a lot of things that went bad. Yes, we talk about chemistry so much, and the week 1, when you have a week 1, the players only meeting, the only thing that's left for this team to do is to have the dreaded underbottle confidence for him to get fired, for McDaniel to get fired, to hold him to the crapper, because it's bad. It's just bad. It's too many things. There are too many things going wrong. And week 1, I said it before. We're gonna know. I think I told Bobby this. I know Adrian was with me when I said on Fizz TV. We're gonna know which this is made of on week 1, and I cannot take that back, because that thing stinks. So it is what it is. I'm disappointed in Tua by the way he's handled the whole situation. He might have to give us a great performance on Tuesday to overcome so many deficiencies. But I don't think that the team will do enough for him this season or going forward. So the end is there.
I know you want to share your
it's tough. Listen, I'll end it with this, and Adrian mentioned it. The fact that Xavier Howard, who, by the way, hasn't played in a year, but is able to come up with a turnover, and Darren Waller, after sitting out a year, can't, even practice. But for Howard to come up with that turnover was very, very ironic. And the fact that he said, and I quote, Tua is a one-read guy. Once, he makes that first read and it doesn't go his way, he starts to panic. That's the last thing you need to hear from a former teammate. I will say this, though. You cannot have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle with 8 combined catches for 70 yards. Whether that's on Tua's fault for not getting him the ball or not, you can't have 2 receivers of that caliber, with just 8 receptions between them and 70 yards total. You got to get those guys the ball and let them do work. So that's a disappointing aspect there.
As far as me, granted, maybe I shouldn't have said the backup quarterback who I said years ago, but my opinion of Tua pretty much still.
I remember.
Okay, but what have we really seen? So honestly, I'm kind of where you guys are at. I wanted him to be the guy, right? My heart and soul's with this team just as much as you guys, right? And you don't want to see anybody on your team fail, not even the water boy. You want everyone to succeed. And it's just not good. So that leads me to my next question. Coach McDaniel. So we lost Sunday. Woke up, my grandma was there, and the first thing she asked was, she goes, "Is Coach McDaniel still the coach?" I said, "Yes, Nana, he is." So that leads me to the question, guys: is Mike McDaniel on the hot seat week 2? Bobby, I'm going to go back to you. Is Coach counting his days, or is he okay for now?
No, his seat should be burning hot, on fire. Like when you're cooking ramen noodles and you're waiting for it to boil just so you can put the noodles in there, just like what we did in college when we were broke, like that it should be boiling hot. Again, we could say all we want about Tua. We could say everything we want about the whole team. Bradley Chubb saying that, and we go, what about Anthony Weaver? I don't understand this. I understand Anthony Weaver. I understand the defense. Yes, it's on him. But guess who's the head coach? It falls on you. You're the leader of this football team. The team was not prepared. Your guys played terrible. After all this talk, the entire offseason, culture change, ready, all this whatnot, and you produce that, and you're there on the sidelines going like this in week 1, and then after the game, who the hell knows what the hell you're saying half the time? I said this on post game. I was a little more fired up. I'm a little more relaxed now, if you could tell.
You don't say.
He's not a head coach. Yeah, he's posing as a head coach. Let's just be real here. He's posing as a head coach. He should be he's a play designer, should be an offensive coordinator, maybe, or an offensive lead assistant,
coordinator,
whatever that, but not a head coach. Because he's not a head coach. And I'm still debating what week 2 is going to be. I know Sammy's saying he doesn't see it. I get it. They better not lose week 2. If they lose week 2, it should be done, signed, sealed, and delivered. Maybe Greer lasts till the end of the season. McDaniel should be fired after week 2 if they lose week 2.
Well, that's kind of good news since we're going to Buffalo. So I guess I'll be the head coach. You'll be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, because Adrian brings it up. To have a week 1 only players meeting after week 1, you had the entire offseason, you had preseason. After week 1, you have to have a players only meeting. You've lost the locker room. That's it. So his seat is boiling. It's hot. It's scorching. And even if they survive week 2, I can't see him surviving the season because I can't see him getting 8 wins, even though I said 8 wins.
Adrian, is there a Monster.com job resume search going on behind the scenes, or is Coach okay?
No, man. What are y'all talking about? Let them finish the season, okay? We got to lock up this number 1 pick, baby. We have to. Let Mike McDaniel, at least let him last until Spain, and then have the bye week, come back, then you let him go. You know what I'm saying? Right before the bye week. So you give the new coach a couple weeks to get his game plan in line. But man, Mike McDaniel pretty much done. We already said too many points of why. He can't game manage. He can't really call plays at all. He's pass happy. We wanted to have a run game. Started running okay, at the beginning, but then defense gives up a couple. Tua turns the ball over. The game was out of reach, man. You couldn't even run the ball. Ollie Gordon had 2 carries. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to think that would have happened after all this. And then all this talk, all these guys are paid. They don't care, man. They're gonna keep playing, of course, for their own pride, but they don't care about the fans. This whole team, bro, the whole organization, they don't really care about the fans, man. You could tell. They can say whatever they want, but the proof is in the actions, and the actions done shown us is, at least over the past few years, this team is going nowhere with the leadership that they have, the coaching that they have, and some of the players that they have. Look how many players we had that left because, especially the players that left for disrespecting Mike McDaniel, because people don't believe this guy, man. Who's gonna want to play for a guy that's Imagine
You got
listening
that
to that.
service up there, or is you doing it?
Oh, that was all Mike McDaniel impression.
That was McDaniel impression. I love it.
I know.
Very, very
I was like,
McDaniel.
is the ring up there?
You gotta
It was spot on. It was spot on. I had to check if we were having a McDaniel replay here.
I know. I'm like, I know it's raining outside, but is he
a live press conference? But no, look, Adrian, to your point, and then you got guys like Robert Jones and Van Ginkel that go out and become Pro Bowlers once they leave us. Yeah. It's just a fiasco. Guys, Sammy, you're coming up next. But before we do that, if you're watching over on Extra Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Show Bobby, Adrian, and Sammy some love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. All right, Sammy, give it to us, man. So far, it's a 4 down, thumbs down for McDaniel.
No,
are you going to save the day?
Keep him a little longer.
Well,
yeah, no,
but we know what he meant. Sammy, what do you got?
Sammy loves Mike McDaniel.
Oh,
Sammy loves him.
Thanks for the irony. I've never been a Mike McDaniel believer, and it cost me a lot because, at first everybody loved Mike McDaniel because he's different. He's a player's coach. He's bringing it's the new era of coaching, and other teams are jealous. I remember Rich Eisen saying he was jealous. He was jealous of the Dolphins having Mike McDaniel as a coach. He wanted him to be the coach. Oh, I would have loved for him to be the coach of the Jets. I got some cold shoulders from my panel on Fins TV. I know Matt gave me the cold shoulders so many times for criticizing Mike McDaniel, but Mike McDaniel, I think he's a great guy. I think he's likable. I think he's, I would never say, he's not, and he does this. He has to have an NFL job. That's not up to me. That's the 32 owners because, but I think he's going to end up at ESPN. I don't think he's getting a head coaching job after this. When he's not here, he and Rich Ryan are going to have some tough conversations on first take because he's not coming back to as a head coach. I don't see any other team making him as head coach. I don't see it. When he should be out, I didn't believe that the Dolphins were going to let him loose just because I don't think Steven Ross is ready to go to another hiring process. That's going to be rough for him because last time it was a very disappointing effort for the Dolphins finding a head coach. If they clean house and they had to find a GM and a head coach and find a new quarterback, I know we all are striving for the days when we change this regime, but tough days are ahead. I'm not kidding about that. So Mike McDaniel might be the coach now. I've said it before. I said it to Steve when we had a conversation. I think it was yesterday. I want Mike McDaniel to be the coach the whole season. I hint like Adrian said. I want to complete the season. I don't want to ruin anyone's career. Even less Anthony Weaver because I don't think if they fire Mike McDaniel, Anthony Weaver is going to be the head coach. I think it's Frank Smith or someone else is going to be end up there. I don't think they're going to do that to him, but I don't think he's gonna survive this. I think I've said so many times on Fins TV when will Mike McDaniel get fired? Probably in Spain the Commanders let him remain the coach of the season, let him complete the season. And after the season, Black Monday, just like Brian Flores, baby, you're out of here.
Number 1 pick, baby.
Unless here's the risk. I just want to say this. I'm sorry. Why I don't think he should last the season because we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Adrian and Sammy, you two should know better. I'll tell you why. Because damn well. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna say, if we say okay, or Stephen Ross says, okay, let's let them coach out the season and let's hope they suck enough to get the first pick. We know how this plays out. They're never gonna suck enough to have the first pick. What's going to end up happening is you keep him until the end of the season. They're going to go on a little bit of a run, enough for Stephen Ross, which that's his flaw, right? I mean, that's whatever you want to call it. He's going to say, "Oh, damn, okay, maybe one more year they'll finally we'll fix it." No, we cannot risk that. If he loses against New England, or if it's up until Spain and they blow up in Spain, get rid of him, get it over with. Let's not risk keeping him until the end of the season, just so he can give a little bit of an inkling. The team all of a sudden says, "Okay, we're going to play for you," because we know what's going to happen. It's going to happen too when you get your interim coach. The interim coach is going to do just enough for people to go, "Oh, this guy should be the guy." We know Dolphins Twitter is going to say, he should be our coach. Whoever that is, Frank Smith, Weaver, whomever.
That's what I want. That's what I do.
Fire them. Fire him. I'll say, if losing against New England, you fire him now. If not, fire him before Spain, and start the process now of looking for the next head coach and general manager of the Miami Dolphins. Do not wait. It's a mistake. Do not wait.
Chris Garrett's not going anywhere.
No,
we know this. We know this already. The lawsuit's still going. Remember.
What I was gonna say with McDaniel is when he first came to Miami, like this guy brought cookies and cream, like cookie dough and ice cream. Like I was like, this guy's cool. He had aviators. Like he was supposed to be the offensive guru. So we were drinking the Kool-Aid, and all of a sudden, you don't like when I use those analogies, but we were maybe eating the cookies and cream. But times have changed. But anyways, let's move on to this Sunday. This Sunday is our home opener against the New England Patriots. Patriots are coming off of a loss. They lost to the Raiders. Raiders. Why did I say it like that? Raiders. The Raiders. 20-13. Geno Smith had a huge game. Drake May
threw the ball 46 times.
Yes.
46 times. Then you got that explosive rookie. They got Diggs now as a target for May.
New coach over there.
You got the rookie, Travion Henderson, who it does it all. He catches the ball in the backfield. He runs. He returns kickoffs. What do you guys think with the home opener against the division rival AFC East Patriots coming to town with Mike Vrabel, first year as a head coach. Of course, he played with them. What do you guys think coming up for this week?
Does anybody know the line right now?
I believe it's 1.5. Okay. The Dolphins are favored, believe it or not, which is amazing. So let's start with Sammy. Sammy, what do you think about this Sunday matchup? What do you think?
The first thing I did was check the weather, and we cannot even catch that break, baby. It's gonna be cloudy. So I would say, well, if the sun is burning and the canopy and the thing and the shade, and they can make fun of what they want, but if they're melting on the sideline with the heat and the sun, that would be nice. But not even that. We're gonna have this 40% of showers and it's gonna be cloudy. So the weather, of course, the humidity always helps. It's gonna be hot, but I want them to, not only I want it to burn slowly. I want those Patriots, to feel the heat. Like no, you cannot catch you in that break. So I'm not very confident in this game. I'm gonna say it right now. All of you guys are in the pick and league. I'm gonna pick the pick and league. I'm gonna pick the Patriots, just because it's the home opener for the Dolphins. But I have more confidence in my Vrabel than my Daniel. Not anything against my team. I love my team. I will be rooting for my team. I will be wearing the aqua and orange on the pregame show with Bobby. I'm going to be wearing the aqua and orange on the postgame with George. I'm going to be rooting for the Dolphins every single moment of the game. But I have no confidence. I give a vote of no confidence my Daniel. I think my Vrabel should be more pissed than anyone on the NFL right now, because that's a tough guy. And if you saw the game last week, the cosplay was hard. They were pounding on Tua. They were playing very physical. The Titans, when they played the Dolphins under my Vrabel, were very physical with the Dolphins. That's why we lost twice. So I expect a very physical game, and I'm not very confident in the Dolphins getting a win.
Sammy, what's your score prediction?
Last week, I had the Dolphins winning by 3. I had the Patriots winning, I don't know, 24-14, something like that.
Adrian, what do you say?
Mike Vrabel. He's just gonna have his team punch us in the mouth, and he knows we can't get back up after that. So 21, and I'll give us 14. I say we score twice, but I mean that's being generous. 21-14 Patriots.
Bobby, what do you say about those two predictions? Where are you at? Oh, you guys are killing me.
Dolphins winning. I can see it in his eyes. He has the Dolphins winning.
I'm done, man.
This is the Dolphins. Everybody's like, we give up. It's over. Fire them all. They're gonna win on Sunday, guys. Come on. Listen, it's a home opener. It's gonna start bringing everybody back to it. Look, what we saw in week 1 is a preview of what we should expect this season. This is not gonna be it's not gonna be a fun season. But again, if they lose, if they go 0-2 on the season and they lose to New England, yes, I'm going to be banging the table. We need to start changing. But they're not, to me, I'm going to say I'm in the pick'em league. I already did it. I'm done already. I did it right after week 2. Week 1. Yeah. I'm going. Miami's going to win this 20-17. They're going to get in the win column. They'll start the season 1-1. They're going to do just enough to win. And of course, Sammy and Finn Stanza on postgame or if Sammy's on there, and I Sammy was on there last time, but I know Finn Stanza for sure. It's still going to be like, oh, they all suck and they still suck. But Miami's going to win. We'll be 1-1.
And then are you going to continue on to Buffalo with us to go for that 2-game winning streak?
Crazy now.
Bobby's all this positive vibes. I wanted to continue and tell us more. Tell us more. Look at Sammy.
So I think the
take what you can get, girl. Take what you can get.
Just take that. Take a little bit of time here. I got the Dolphins winning as well. I got it 23-20. I think they squeak it out. It's the home opener. What's crazy here is, yes, I did predict 10-7. I'm not standing here from the mountaintop saying, hey, this is going to be a big year. I was between 10-7, 9-8. My prediction was getting into the playoffs, backdooring in, and losing in the first round of the wild card. Not that I'm here saying that they're a powerhouse. So, but my issue here is that the beginning part of the schedule was supposed to be friendly towards them. It gets tough at the back end. And by losing to the Colts, you now have to make up that win somehow if you're going to get back to that. And if they don't win this game, this is a must win. They have got to take care of business and win in New England. Ash, what's your prediction?
Man, right? Like this whole week 1 loss completely threw me off. We got to win on Sunday because I am not. You'll be going to Buffalo, but I'm just kidding. I'll go with you, but just because it's our 1-year anniversary. But dude, I don't want to go to Buffalo 0-2. Man, we're already intimidated by going to Buffalo. Those Bills fans are, they're Bills fans, and I don't want another thing hearing from them. Oh, you guys are 0-2. Like we know we're 0-2. So, anyways, back to my point, my prediction. Sammy, I picked it all. I'll tell you right now, my secret. I cannot not pick the Dolphins. Right, double negative there. Even if I think we're going to lose by 1,000, I cannot not pick the Dolphins. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins in the pick 'em. However, I don't know if we're going to win this Sunday. I'm going to say 17-10 Patriots, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be 17-10 Pats.
All right, so it's just me and Bobby.
But I'm not going to say that in a pick 'em. I'm picking Dolphins in the pick 'em. But between us, between the crew,
I get
17-10.
I get that. I'm going to have to do a meme of like Adrian, that meme that Bart say the phrase, and Adrian says, "Number 1 pick, baby," because if we lose this week, and I know Bobby's confident. Confident? No, that's not the word. Bobby is
for this. Are you really this week?
Better, right? No, hopeful is better. Bobby's hopeful that the Dolphins can find a way.
Opium, engage.
Absolutely.
That's the Dolphins.
Absolutely.
That's the Dolphins there.
Let's be realistic. To have the game of the year, the must-win game on week 2 is very worrisome. So if the Dolphins don't win on Sunday, like Ashley said, going to Buffalo 0-2, the season basically.
Oh, after that they're 0-3. You know it. I would be shocked if anybody picked them to beat Buffalo. They're 0-3 at that point.
100%.
If they beat Buffalo, I'll go streaking off the Niagara Falls, and so will you. I mean, that'll be crazy. Dude, that'll be crazy. Okay, maybe I won't, but still. I'm just saying, guys, how awesome would it be to beat Buffalo Highmark Stadium last year there? They just came off beating the Ravens. Like, that would be huge. But let's go week by week. Obviously, we have a game this week.
But Sammy, to your point, the reason why this is a must-win is because of the fact that Tua played so bad and McDaniel's on the hot seat. I'm going to put the graphic back up here. Look at the left side. Okay, is anybody on this panel or in the chat right now willing to take Tua and McDaniel over Vrabel and Drake May? I mean, that is an upcoming excitement. I'm talking about those two guys, not the score of the game. I'm talking about the fact that Mike Vrabel has, as a former player, coaching the Patriots now back in his first year with an up-and-coming quarterback who's proven that he can stay healthy for an entire season. I mean, no one wants to in my opinion, have Tua McDaniel as your coach-quarterback combination right now. So that is why I think it's a must-win. You're not going to win Week 17 at New England in the cold. So they have to win this game at home in the heat, and they got to take care of business to avoid any further embarrassment that they subjected us all to on Sunday at Indianapolis.
So people, Mike Rivera on the West Coast said he believes in it. But Jay said, can we hold you to that, Lou?
Sure, I can do it.
So, guys, it's going to be a very, very interesting week, and it's only week 2.
Yeah.
Week 1 really deflated us, and I'm just hoping that we can get it together week 2 and then move forward. Hey, I would love to go 16-1 this season. No one said that. How about that? 16-1. Right? Yeah. I know. I'm not.
Well,
I will go streaking into the Niagara Falls if they do that. Actually, if they do that, I will go streaking into the Niagara Falls. If they do
all right, then you're doing it. I'm trying to lighten the mood, Lou. I mean, it's tough, guys. It's been 5 days and we're still all in a funk. This is crazy, but I get it. We get it. We're the same way.
Let's look around the league. Okay. We're going to get to our question. We're asking a question every week, game related, so we'll get to that in a second. Yeah. Last week, I'll show you the screen in a moment. We had 28 people that participated. Only 2 got it right, and that was, of course, with the Dolphins win. Everybody said the Dolphins would. 2 people said the Colts, so we'll put that in there in a second. But let's go around the league really quick. Obviously, the Packers and the Commanders are in action right now. Mm-hmm. But Sunday, you got the Bills and the Jets.
7-0 Packers.
7-0 Packers right now. You got the Bills and the Jets facing off. The Jets had a surprising, game against the Steelers. Almost pulled it out. So the Jets didn't look as bad as a lot of people thought. And of course, even though the Bills won that first game, they gave up 40 points and had to, come from behind there. So what do you guys think about the other half of the AFC East, Bills and Jets going at it? Sammy, what do you think?
Well, a couple of years ago, the Jets find a way to chuck the Bills, but I don't think this is happening this year. If we feel bad as Dolphins fans, I have to take a detour here. How bad do the Ravens fans feel after that? Because I was working on Fins TV on my desk. I have the TV over here, and I kept like, there's no way they're going to do that. 15 points, and I keep watching and turning, and it was a complete disappointment. The Bills found a way to win that game they were not supposed to win. They must be riding high, and the Bills' schedule is pretty easy compared to other schedules. So they must be feeling confident. The Jets, of course, is a home opener. Is the Steelers? They had to be motivated, but I expect the Bills to basically crush the Jets on Sunday.
All right, Adrian, what do you think?
I don't think it's going to be as bad as Sammy saying crush them, but I think it'll be a good game until the end. The Bills, they're a really good team, man. They are definitely a Super Bowl contender. The Jets are not. The Jets suck. I will always say that. And yeah, man, Josh Allen is the AFC daddy. So AFC East daddy. I'm sorry. So he owns all of our teams, and that's a fact. That's just, you can pull up the stats. That's just a fact. So I definitely think the Bills are going to win that game, but I think it'll be a lot closer than everybody thinks.
Yeah, I'm with Sammy.
Yes,
I'm with Adrian. I'm with Adrian on that one. I think it's to be a lot closer. Sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry. That was a tease. I apologize. No, look, I hate the Jets too. I hate everything about the Jets. I could probably, be nicer about the Patriots and the Bills. When it comes to Jets, screw the Jets. Sorry, Russ. I'll tell you what. Here's the difference with the Jets than with Miami and whatever. It's the head coach. I believe in Aaron Glenn. I thought Aaron Glenn, I really hated when the Jets hired him. And I think you saw why against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost, but still, they put up a fight. They have Justin Fields. A lot of Dolphin fans, you ask them, who do you want, Justin Fields or Tua? They're going to say Tua. But look what they were able to do with that team and what they had, with the foundation that they had. They were able to put up a great game. Do I think they could beat Buffalo? No. But I think they could put up a fight. It's a divisional game. I don't see a blowout, not once. I'll be shocked if it's a blowout. I think this will be a close game. I think, but I have Buffalo winning.
So I got to correct you, Bobby. Our buddy Russ Taylor is a huge Eagles fan.
Well, you agree.
I'm talking about Russ. I'm talking about Russ Morgan. Russell on my show, who's a Jets and Boston. He's a Jets, a Boston Yankee. He's a Celtics fan and a Yankees fan. He's everything I'm not. But I know it's horrible. It's horrible. All the teams.
Yeah, you made our buddy Russ Taylor, friend of the show.
Not you, Russ. Not you. Sorry, not you.
You're a champion, Russ.
That actually leads me to my next question, guys. This Sunday, possibly the biggest matchup is your Super Bowl rematch. The Eagles at Kansas City Chiefs. Eagles going to Kansas City. Bobby, what do you think's gonna win that one? Ooh. But then, I do have to admit, if this is really bad, if the Chiefs lose, they're going to be 0-2 starting the season. Just want to throw that at you.
Yeah, they will be 0-2. And so, Russ Taylor, you will be very happy. Your team will start 2-0. So there you go. To make it up to you, brother. Yeah, I have the Eagles winning. I think the Eagles pick that one up.
Okay, Sammy, what do you think?
I have the Chiefs. Don't ask me why. I'm not too confident about that, but I have the Chiefs winning that game.
Then change it right now. Put the Eagles. You're not confident. Put the Eagles. Eagles are gonna, come on, Barkley. Come on, man. Do it.
Adrian, what do you like? What do you like?
I like the Chiefs at home. The home game. I think they're gonna win.
How does it feel, Bobby? How does that feel? How does that feel, huh?
I'm usually used to being the smartest one in the room. Just playing. Sorry, guys.
I would say the Chiefs are a little banged up now. Don't have a lot of receivers to throw to. The Eagles are getting Jalen Carter back. Hopefully he doesn't having any spit sessions out there, but he should be out there. So we'll see. The other game, I won't get your opinion on it, but I'm excited to watch, is the Broncos and the Colts. 2-1-0 teams. And I want to see if the Colts are, that good, or if the Dolphins are absolutely that bad. So I have a feeling it's the latter, but I'm there to see what's going on with that. So
I got one more for you guys. I want to know, just straight up, just give me two teams. Who are we seeing in the Super Bowl in February? Adrian, let's start with you.
Ooh, all right. Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Right now, after week 1.
Yeah.
The way
I like the Ravens, and I like the Eagles to go back.
Sammy, who are we seeing in San Fran this year or in February?
I picked for the Super Bowl 2 0-1 teams. I picked the Ravens and I picked the Lions. But if you ask me right now, the teams that beat them on Sunday, the Bills and the Packers, look pretty good. But I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say that.
Bobby, who's going to San Fran in February?
I was going to play around. I'm going to say the Miami. Don't know. I got the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. That's my Super Bowl pick this year.
I like the Lions.
That's why I said too. You said Lions, Ravens. I said Lions and the Bills as well, and hopefully the Lions win. I cannot stand a Buffalo Bills Super Bowl, so
it'll be a Lions Super Bowl. The Lions win, but it's Bills Lions.
Good. All right, guys, we're going to get to our contest here. Last week, we're doing every week, we're asking a Dolphins-themed question. Last week, we asked for the Dolphins win. As mentioned here, as you see it, only 2 people. Let's Get Louder. Chase is in the room right now, and Lawrence Chaput is in the room as well. Only 2 people out of 28 correctly predicted that the Colts would beat the Dolphins. So that's that. And your question this week is going to be, and you have to put it here in the chat, so make sure you drop it in. I'm going to put it up here in a second. Here is your question this week. Question 2. Week 2 question is, will Tua Tagovailoa throw one over or under 1.5 touchdowns? So essentially, is he going to throw 2 or is he going to throw 1? 1.5 is your total. Is he going over or under? Make your selections now or forever hold your peace. That is your week 2 question. So make sure you guys do that. Go ahead, Adrian. You voted.
He might find a way to throw a half a touchdown.
No, we can't do that. So, Adrian, you
under.
Okay. Sammy, what do you got?
Under, because I have them making 14 points. I have 1 throwing, 1 rushing,
and 1 running. Same.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby.
Over. He's gonna throw 2.
Yeah, he just
said that. Throw 2. Okay.
He put that on record. He even put that in the record.
I put that on record. There you go.
You did.
Bobby, what happened to you since Sunday?
No, in the chat, there's a lot of overs. You got Russ Taylor,
Bobby,
Eagles, over.
Where are you, Bobby?
Over. So, okay.
All right, perfect. Get your picks in now, and you can definitely.
What happened to running the ball? Why are you having so many overs? We clamor so much for running the ball.
Listen, I'm with you. I think that needs to take place, so we will see. But all right, so get your predictions in now. Just simply answer over or under. If you're watching this on the replay, you could still post your prediction and your vote in the comment section. So make sure.
Adrian has a question.
Yes, Adrian.
I got another one. Ollie Gordon, over or under 2 carries.
Over, my man. But it's
over 3 carries. You'll have 3 carries.
Nobody knows the answer to that one. Trust me. Nobody knows that. Mike McDaniel don't even know the answer to that one.
Yeah, so bad. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you guys for joining us. Well, actually, before we go, I know Bobby and Adrian, I know you guys talk Canes football on the show as well. So I want to make mention the Canes are the 5th-ranked team in the country. They're going up against the South Florida Bulls
this weekend. But they just beat the Gators.
At the Hard Rock, the Bulls had a signature program win at the Swamp.
Yeah.
And so, they're coming in here hot. The Hurricanes beat very,
Bethune Cookman, Wildcats.
Understaffed. There you go. Adrian showing the fan cave Hurricane sign. Bethune Cookman is not world beaters. So the Canes pretty much had a bye week last week, and now they're playing against a team that's hungry, energized, and coming into Hard Rock Stadium looking for something. The Canes are 17.5-point favorites. So, guys, also in the chat, drop your predictions for this Saturday from the Rock. And I'd like to ask you guys as well. Sammy, you can weigh in as well. But, Bobby, what do you think? The Hurricanes this Saturday?
Yeah, so shout out first to the Canes Wear podcast on FTSN. They were almost 3 hours last night, way past midnight. So those guys were on fire. So shout out to that crew and the store. You love Hurricanes, you love Dolphins, Heat, Panthers, all of the Marlins. Go check out Canes Wear, 2065 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. Small plug. But in regards to the game, listen, I'll tell you, I don't want to say, I'm like, oh my God, no. You got to be a little bit. You can't sleep on USF. It feels like, man, that could be an upset game if Miami doesn't take them seriously. But I have it 38-24. University of Miami wins.
Nice. All right, Adrian, what do you got?
I got similar to Bobby. I got 34-14. I think I don't want to take USF lightly because they beat a pretty good team. Florida's pretty good this year. But it's the U, baby. Come on. We winning. No, we look really good, man. We look really good. So,
Sammy, you're about to say it's the Bulls, right? Look at your face. You're about to say South Florida.
No. It's just funny. I just want to make sure. What is the score again, Adrian?
34-14.
Yeah, I'm so glad you don't want to take them lightly because you're.
Damn. It's like.
Listen, I'm saying how good we look. Everybody thinks that this is like a trap game, but how good we look.
Okay,
34-14 for sure.
I don't know that. Two things I want to add to this because you're the college football guys, but that seems like with a team that beat the Gators, that seems like a 17 looks like a lot of very, very widespread. That seems like kind of odd. 17 looks like a lot. I know after the win against Notre Dame and between Cookman, I get it. The Hurricanes are flying high, but for me, 17.5 is a lot. So I don't know. I'm not a betting man because I just don't bet, but I will take the under on that. And with the weather this weekend, the game is a Hard Rock, right?
Yeah.
That field's gonna take a lot of pounding. So the Dolphins better be careful on that Sunday after that on the rainy weekend. So we'll see what happens on that.
A lot of our friends who are Canes and Dolphins fans, this is their doubleheader weekend where they pretty much sleep on the Hard Rock. That's a long weekend.
I think it happens twice this year.
I can tell you when it also happens because that's when Scott's coming down. It's during the Bills. It's when the Bills and also Syracuse. So it's Syracuse Canes, and then the next day it's Dolphins Bills. So those are the at least two matches. I'm really good at schedules. So those are at least the two matches where our friends will be pretty much camping out at Hard Rock Stadium.
So the Dolphins didn't have to worry enough about the Bills. They have to worry about the field, too, being beat up. So put that into perspective.
They got to worry about themselves. That's what they need to worry about.
No doubt about it. Well, listen, guys, I can't thank you enough for being on with us tonight. Let's go around the room here. Again, anybody who's watching on X and Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Give us that like. Subscribe to the channel and definitely follow and subscribe to everything these amazing gentlemen got going on. Bobby, tell us and tell everybody out there where they can find you and any stuff you got coming up.
Yeah, so you can find me, of course, on X at Bobby Finstock. Find me on YouTube at Finstock Sports Network. Got, it's football season. You got Canes, Dolphins. We talk about every Marlins, Heat, wrestling. We got it all on FTSN. So we got Fins TV Plus now on Thursday nights with Sammy. Sammy joins me now on pregame on FTSN with Finstanza. Got a lot of stuff. So if you guys love Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, wrestling, Panthers, we got it all over there. Right. Come on over, hit that subscribe button.
Love it. Awesome. Sammy, what do you got?
Well, like Bobby said, today, before we had on Fins TV Plus and FTSN, the pregame with Bobby, And of course, Fins TV on Tuesdays. I want to thank you again, guys. You were great on Tuesday for Fins TV. Hopefully,
we'll have fun.
We hope. I want you to come back before the season's over because, and of course, for the Fins TV Awards next year, you've been to the Fins TV Awards also. So,
how many minutes were you guys on? How long were you guys on? On
Fins TV? I was just about to ask, what's up?
I just want to know how long were you guys on?
About
we run a tight ship. I told them 8:25 in and 8:50 out, and they were at 8:27 in and at 8:51 out. So
he introduced me. He's like, "We got Bobby. Bobby, how you doing?" I'm good. He goes, "Okay, good night." And I was like, "Hi, all right, cool." I was like, "I'm free, kids. We can go play now."
You're not a special guest.
We cause problems, Lou.
Sammy runs it like the Oscars. That little red light comes on, and you
That's it. You're done.
Lou's like pinch me underneath the table, telling me to like hurry up on Finn Sammy's show, and I'm like, bro, I'm talking. So it's just a whole bunch of like there's commercial breaks that you gotta like literally you gotta go. Like it's not our show, we don't care, whatever. But Sammy's like down to the minute. So we probably had a good 12 minutes.
I'd rather do jump for the show on October, Bobby, just for you to be a special guest.
Yo, there was a lot of people on that show.
It was a lot of people. No.
That was a packed show.
It was good.
I'm gonna tell you what, it's not easy to doing that. It's very stressful at times. To be honest.
That and then also scheduling everybody too, because like you guys, we mentioned before the show, everybody's just crazy busy right now. I know a lot of you guys have kids, which I can't even imagine having kids with back to school and then jobs and then shows and stuff. I mean, I only have a 46-year-old son, but I can't imagine, having, like kids and school stuff. So
right, focus. Sammy, where else can we find you? Tell us.
No, I love that. So, I'm sorry. Tuesdays on Fins TV at 8 p.m. Guys, I want to warn you right now. If the Dolphins lose to the Bills, we're having. I was going to do it last year. No, we're going to have the trial on Matt McDaniel on Fins TV. So I want you to be there. I want you to be part of the jury because last year we had something planned for Chris Greer to have a trial on Fins TV. We had Matt Ansel to be the defense attorney, and Steve is going to be the prosecution. But if this goes this way, we gotta have some fun with this round. Matt McDaniel on Fins TV if they lose to the Bills 0-3. So let's do 2 for that.
Hey,
my friend's comment.
We're wearing boxers on Zoom meeting. Listen,
I can't tell you what I just saw, guys.
Sammy, as regard to that, in my best Johnny Cochran voice, if it doesn't burn your desire, he must be fired. All right, Deja, what do you got for me?
No, I just looked down.
What is going on over there?
What is happening here?
Brian, look what you just did.
All right.
You guys bottomless over there?
No.
We're having a bottomless party?
Stop it. Just stop.
Stand up and fix the light. I'm just kidding.
Not at the table, Carlos.
Where can they find you?
Nah, man. Rainy Day Pod got the wrestling show every Saturday, 2 Raw for SmackDown, and then I just dropped. I'll be doing a recap. I ain't doing a preview show this week, but I'll do a recap probably Monday night of the Dolphins game for sure. And then man, let's see what happens with the Canes this weekend. But we know it's gonna be a dub. So yeah, man. At Rainy Day Pod everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that.
Everything.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all are killing it. The intro is fire. I'm surprised Sammy didn't make that. You did?
No, you know what, Lou has such like a man crush on all your images and stuff. He'll like pull up and be like, how does Sammy do this? How does I would ask them. So literally I appreciate that. But he always is like, look what they do. I said, Lou, I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm trying my best here. So thank you for that.
I loved it.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. All right. Have a happy rest of your week. Good weekend ahead. Hopefully we get some better results on Sunday, right? And but again, thank you guys for joining us. Also, big shout out again to Brent Bojack, who made this donation of his winnings for our DCC Squares. So Brent, thank you so much. That is very honorable in memory of your mom, Lois. And so thank you very much. Guys, have a good rest of your week. Like I said, great weekend. And thanks again for joining us. All right.
Shout out Big E, man.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate you guys.
Shout out Big E. All right.
That was so funny.
Yeah. So cut it.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk more about your boxers.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Go Fins.